What a performance by Team India. What a performance. Not even in my wildest dreams would I have ever imagined an Indian team demolishing the opposition in an ICC final. I've been watching cricket for 30 plus years and I have never seen a performance this dominant by an Indian team in an ICC final. You could argue that the opposition was slightly weaker. You could say that home conditions were favorable. You could say a lot of things. But one thing you can't take away from this Indian team is its ability to be greater than the sum of his parts. अब उसका मतलब क्या है? उसका मतलब ये है कि I think, and this is just something that I realized, what does this World Cup win mean for Indian cricket? आपने अगर नोटिस करा होगा आज से पहले हमेशा इंडियन क्रिकेट वाज सेंटर्ड अराउंड इंडिविजुअल्स हमेशा वर्ल्ड कप आप किसी के लिए जीतना चाहते थे in the 2011 World Cup, I was so emotional because my idol Sachin Tendulkar was winning the World Cup. And that sort of was the primary goal for a lot of people. Even in the post World Cup winning moments, Yuvraj Singh, Gautam Gambhir, Harbhajan Singh, Virat Kohli, a lot of people said we wanted to win it for Sachin Tendulkar. And obviously, because that man carried Indian cricket on his shoulders for so many years. Last year, last to last year, 2024, everyone wanted to win it for Rohit and Virat, and it was their last T20 match. But this World Cup is different. It's different because there is no talk about one individual. There is a talk about a lot of individuals. We're actually behaving, and this win is more like an Australian team's win, if you could get what I'm saying. There is no superstars narrative that is, hanging over this team. Perhaps the biggest superstar in this team is Jasprit Bumrah in terms of his level of cricketing genius. But you also have Hardik Pandya, you also have Suryakumar Yadav, you also have Sanju Samson, Abhishek Sharma, Axar Patel, Shivam Dube, Kuldeep Yadav, Varun Chakravarti, Arshdeep Singh. All of these people are superstars in their own capacity. And then you have Gautam Gambhir. And even after that, if there is no conversation about one particular individual, then it just shows that Indian cricket has sort of moved on from its superstar culture to a team culture. And you can't help but think that the IPL has a big role to play in that, considering the kind of confidence it has given these youngsters and all these players who were part of the team. Abhishek Sharma had a horrible tournament, but he scored a 50 in the final. Not a lot of Indians can say that they have scored a 50 in an ICC World Cup final, right? And when you think about Sanju Samson, Ishan Kishan, two boys, one from Kerala, one from Jharkhand, they are dominating the headlines. They are, they are the symbol of this team. Then you look at someone like Axar Patel, who almost goes under the radar. But Axar Patel is one of the most important players in this team. So if you look at this overall team, it is remarkable how full of match winners it is. There was a point in the final today when, after at 200, Jimmy Neesham got 3 wickets in 1 over, if I'm not wrong. And then Hardik was not able to get his usual rhythm. And then Shivam Dube came in and, smashed Lockie Ferguson and Matt Henry. And that just goes to show कि ये टीम की मेंटालिटी कुछ अलग है. एंड ये टीम सोचती अलग है, खेलती अलग है. एंड ऐसा नहीं कि इनको टेस्ट नहीं किया गया है. पिछले मैच में जेकब बैथल और इंग्लैंड ने बहुत टेस्ट किया. एंड had it not been for Bumrah, probably we would have lost the match. West Indies वाला मैच फंसा हुआ था. Sanju Samson then rose to the occasion. So every time someone has risen to the occasion and produced a remarkable performance, and that's what sets this team apart. It's dominant, it's positive. It doesn't care about the outside noise. They don't care about the pressure, and they just perform. The fact that India didn't drop Varun Chakravarti and Abhishek Sharma, who in the end did not end up having the tournaments you would expect from the number one ranked T20 bowler and batter, goes to show how strong the Indian team. And by the way, two players were sitting outside in this team, Rinku Singh, both of them can walk into any T20 team in the country, in the world, and in any league. Rinku Singh is remarkable. So is Kuldeep Yadav. So this World Cup win means much more than previous World Cup wins in a lot of ways, because this is the first time Indian fans must be feeling कोई fight ही नहीं हुई, and ये हमें nail biting चीजें जीतने की आदत है. 1983 World Cup we were fighting against the odds. 2007 World Cup, it went to the last over, ने reverse scoop मारने की कोशिश करी and he got caught. 2011 World Cup final went to the wire. India was chasing. 2024 World Cup, even the previous World Cup that we won courtesy Bumrah's brilliance in the second innings. But this World Cup, we were just on the money all the time, except for the South Africa match in which we got comprehensively outplayed. There was nothing anyone could have done about it. And then the only thing that was standing between the Indian team and victory in this T20 World Cup was history. No team had done it thrice. No team had won at home, and no team had defended its title. So when you take all these factors into account and what this could mean for world cricket and Indian cricket, India could be in a spell for a long period domination in white ball cricket. And especially considering the batting talent it's producing, competition is very hard. And you are just delighted if you're an Indian cricket fan, because these are things we used to dream about. Just walking to a T20 World Cup victory. And mind you, after winning the first World Cup, we didn't win after 2007 till 2024. And now we have won two trophies in the space of the last 3 years. That's remarkable. That is hats off to Rahul Dravid, who was the coach before this, and now Gautam Gambhir, who's won a Champions Trophy and won a T20 World Cup. His next eyes will be on the 2027 Cricket World Cup. The superstar culture thing is actually interesting. I would want to know your comments, what you think about it. But this World Cup feels, it almost doesn't feel like we've won the World Cup, simply because we've done it so easily. And and you almost take Bumrah's genius for granted. You almost take Hardik's contributions for granted. But look at the setup. Look at the quality of opposition. I mean, 2019 World Cup, we lost to New Zealand in the semi-final. New Zealand had Lockie Ferguson. New Zealand had Matt Henry. New Zealand had Trent Bolt. New Zealand had Mitch Santner. Mitch Santner, Matt Henry, Lockie Ferguson was still playing in this match against India in the final. So Indian cricket has come a long way, and it can only improve from here, because the entire country is looking to play cricket, and there are certain things that need to be worked on, of course. But in this moment, you have to rejoice, you have to be happy, because anyone who's followed Indian cricket through the 80s and the 90s knows that this kind of dominance is unheard of by an Indian team, and you have to tip your hat off to the Indian team. And remarkable work, whether you talk about Surya's captaincy, whether you talk about Bumrah's genius, whether you talk about Sanju and Ishan, whether you talk about uh, Axar, Shivam, and Hardik, or you talk about Arsh, everyone's played their part. Look at how Rinku Singh has done work. Quietly, people don't realize Rinku Singh always comes onto field, because he's such a live wire. And mind you, he could have been more than handy with the bat as well, because Rinku is just remarkable. But it just goes to show how India is so far ahead of everyone else in world cricket, just because of the amount of talent it produces, especially in batting and six hitting ability. And this is something that probably other nations need to look at. Are they producing enough six hitting and boundary hitting players in T20s on flat wickets? Because that's going to be the future of the game. And we're talking about the semi-final final here, right? 250 plus in both. It's not easy. You can say that the wicket was flat, this, that, but you have to have the mentality and the ability to execute that stroke play. And Sanju Samson, everyone on their own can score hundreds in T20 matches, and that's what shows how amazing this Indian team is. And what can you even say about Jasprit Bumrah, man? He will go down in history as the greatest Indian bowler of all time when he hangs up his boots, and that is not an easy thing to achieve. in a country of 1.4 billion with a history of cricket like we do. Jasprit Bumrah's genius is unparalleled. But overall, I think this is a great moment for Indian cricket, and I'm personally very happy because you dream of days like this. You easily, as an Indian fan who's grown up in the 90s, I'm always thinking, yeah, go now, but the Indian team they were just remarkable. And if you like this video, share, subscribe, like, comment, and let me know what you would want me to talk about in the coming videos. And I will be doing a lot more videos about how we won this World Cup. But thank you for watching and enjoy the moment.